Like so many of you guys, Roblox helped shape my childhood, which was a better thing in the past than it is now. Yikes. But anyway, there are some games like work at a pizza place that I've probably spent weeks of my real life time in. And honestly, some of my best memories came from it growing up. Voting to remove the crappy managers, taking all the pizzas so nobody else can deliver them, getting sucked by a giant tube. You know, there are so many things about this game that I remember from my childhood. You know, there's just something so peaceful about everybody working together with a common goal. And you know, it's like working at a fast food restaurant without all of the drama. Although I've seemed to got myself stuck. Anyway, I definitely played this game a lot. I know a lot of other people did too, but this game is nothing compared to the next one, which is super nostalgic. Y'all may not know ball like I do, but if y'all never played Make a Cake and Feed It to the Giant Noob, this is one of my goats of all freaking time. You start out by getting the cake, you turn it into a round shape, you take said round shape, put it into the former thingy, it gets creamed on, you put it in the spinner, which turns it into spirals, which makes no sense, but I guess it's like a blender. Also, what happened to this guy? Then you put it in the high temperature or the other temperature that you choose, it comes out, you put frosting on it, put whatever sprinkles or toppings that you want, and then you feed it to him, and you normally go along with your cake. I don't know about you guys, I spent so much freaking time in this game, and I made so many different cake combinations. I used to think it was just so fun that I was able to like customize the cakes however I want, and I'd always like follow it down its digestive tract. That's a little strange. But anyway, you guys might not remember this game. If you do, let me know in the comments. Let's go to the next one. All right, I'm sure you guys saw it coming. Natural disaster survival is number 3 on this video. Look, everybody and their mother has played this game. This is like a guilty pleasure. This is something that like I still find myself playing if I have literally nothing else to do. There's just something so lovable about how simple it is. All the designs are simple and they're all, you know, nostalgic enough. Look at this Roblox tower. Everybody remembers this. But then, you know, these simple disasters that come and can totally ruin your thing. The replayability on this game is literally legendary. It is top tier. The game is not so highly monetized where there's a bunch of pop-ups every 5 seconds, which seems to happen with a lot of Roblox games nowadays, but its simplicity is why it's actually fun. You know, like right now there's the coronavirus. That's not fun. Since I'm alone and socially distant up here, I should be totally fine. However, if there was a hurricane or a tornado, I'd be freaking dead. You know, games like these that just have the infinite replayable values always seem to just stick around. And Stickmaster Luke, whoever made this game, is probably making thousands of dollars still a year for people who have premium and plus that are just on his game. This server has 3 people right here. And honestly, I love it for him because this game's a classic and it would not make Roblox without it. Let's go to the one that's even more nostalgic though. God, I gotta stop doing that. Ew. Ew, 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 ew. Now we're in Roblox High School, and this feels wrong for me to be here, so I'm gonna make this as quick as I can. I'm gonna play as the principal so I don't feel weird. Alright, this game obviously was full of its own controversy, and rightfully so. It got deleted, so this is just a re-upload of it. Now, back when I was in elementary school, I used to spend all of my time on this game. Me and one of my friends actually made a roleplay video when we were in elementary school on Roblox High School, and I still have the video. If you want me to get him in a call and have us both react to it, 15 years later, he's gonna freaking kill me. But if this video gets to 300 400 views, we'll do it. Now obviously this game was extremely popular because roleplay culture back then was a lot less weird than it is now. As the internet evolved, things obviously got a lot worse. People got meaner, people got grosser. So there's a lot of reasons why Roblox High School did not last and had its controversial downfall. I can make a video on that if you'd like, but basically this video is just about the nostalgia about this game. I remember having like a house, having like going to classes and junk like that, and it just being a fun time. But I honestly don't want to be here any longer, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next game. Epic Minigames is one that I've spent a lot of time on with my friends. I remember back in middle school, back in high school, I would play with Andrew and Matthew. You guys know who those guys are from the streams. I'd play with them all the freaking time on Epic Minigames. Now, I don't know if this is as nostalgic as it is for you, but it kind of has the same effect like Natural Disaster Survival, where it's just like the older textures, older Roblox feel. Everything's just simple and you can understand what you're doing. I won't spend too much time on this one because I don't know how nostalgic it is for you guys, but for me, this is a big one. But let's go ahead and go to one that everybody agrees is peak Roblox. Doomspire Brickbattle is one of my favorite games of all time. I have literally laughed tears in the past 3 weeks when I was doing this with one of my friends. Now, it quickly got turned into a small drinking game, but this game is honestly a lot of fun. It follows the simple rules as every other game where, you know, you have a sword, you have a rocket launcher, you have a slingshot, you have a wall, you have a bomb, you have a... Whoa! You have these basic tools that everybody can understand how to use them. The premise is just removing all the other team's spawns until they can't spawn in anymore, and that's pretty much it. Is he flying? I want to try. Mine didn't work, bro. There was a time when this game had like, 15 or 16,000 active people, which back in the day was quite a lot. Now, there were also different iterations of this. Like, there was one where there were like 4 ships and you had to, fight the other pirate ships. There was one where it was like all animated and all fancy and whatever. Take that, loser. But the original that I'm talking about is just where there are 4 towers. I don't know what in the world's wrong with this mode having 2 towers each, but the 4 towers mode is what I'm talking about in this video. But let's go ahead and go to a game that you probably have played just like I have, and most likely everybody on Roblox has. Murder Mystery 2 is obviously a classic. Everybody and their mother has played this game. Just like Murder Mystery on Minecraft, where you have one officer, you have one murderer, and the rest are innocent civilians. It's a very simple premise with an infinite replayability. Now, I was never as big on Murder Mystery 2 as the average person, just because I kind of got bored quickly. A lot of people like it, but I also spent a crap ton of time on this growing up, so I can't say it's not nostalgic, even if I'm not the biggest fan of it of all time. You've noticed that all these games so far, with the exception of the Make a Bake a Cake, are all very still popular, and they have these classic textures. There's an obvious desire and want by older Roblox population, and the younger one too, to have these older Roblox textures and the older Roblox feel back. So these games are almost preserving Roblox's history, and without all of them, Roblox would be awful. We gotta go ahead and go to number 1, which is a game that I am sure is the most nostalgic for every single one of you guys. Or maybe you never played it. Let's check it out. The amount of time I spent on Mega Fun Obby. Now, obviously, this category, we're just gonna say that every single Obby game like this is all together as one, but this one in particular has 1 billion visits. That's 1/8 of the freaking world! Now, this game got revamped and only boasts about 20 players right now, but old Mega Fun Obby, I spent so much time on, and I remember like at the very end where you could get those paths and everything, I totally ruined kids' day because I was obnoxious. But any Obby like this, where you're just basically going from obstacle course to obstacle course, even 1,000 times, is going to be extremely popular. Me and one of my good buddies right now are actually developing a Roblox Obby game that aims to have a similar feel, but still doesn't feel cash grabby. You guys will hear more about that very, very soon. But there's just something so mind-numbing but also fun about just dodging all the obstacles, doing the small little jumps, with everything not being very hard. I am going to say I'm going to exclude all the difficulty chart obbies because those are the ones where like they go incrementally harder by level and everything. Those don't really count in this slot because those are just infuriating. But any obbies like this where it's just the same retextured assets over and over and over, everybody and their mother loved obbies. I considered putting tycoons on this spot because everybody liked tycoons, but there wasn't really like a solid generalized tycoon. It's pretty much all of them had a theme. I did want to mention them because they are extremely nostalgic as well. But I want to know from you guys, what did I miss? What is the most nostalgic Roblox game of all time? Is it the zombie game that I never played, or is it one that I haven't even heard of? Let me know in the comments. But anyway, I appreciate every single one of you guys watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure to subscribe, like. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.